The opening race of Season 6 saw wet conditions in qualifying at Monza. After the first round of laps, ICU set the pace, ahead of teammate Barbans and Season 5 champion Takubi. The times fell dramatically throughout the session, and after mistiming his final lap, Barbans ended up starting down in P10. Takubi took the pole, 3 tenths ahead of Mars. Shan and Smith made up the second row, a couple of tenths further back.
And we go racing for the first time. Looks like it's a decent start from Mars, getting off the grid pretty well. Down towards turn 1, the first chicane we go. And the Williams driver already pulling alongside the Red Bull. Is he going to try and challenge to the inside in towards the first corner? Mars hangs on to the P2 as it stands. Not able to find a way through. Everybody seems to have gone through the first chicane pretty cleanly. A bit of contact there. The Alpine of Jack spinning around, I think. Bit of contact further down the field. Couple cars getting involved in that one. Up at the front though, Takubi holds on to his lead. Just about fending off the pressure from the Williams driver. Still a 2-3 for these drivers. Barbans has picked up damage on the opening lap. He's dropped 2 positions as well. Not the start to the race that he would have been looking for. Not ideal at all. Aurak's already up 5 positions. A sensational start for the Red Bull driver. Here comes Berkey to the inside, looking to make the move here on Shan. In towards the first corner we go. And Berkey later on the brakes up the inside of the Williams driver. Gets the nose in, a bit of contact made there though, and that could give Black Fridays a chance now on the exit. We see the Williams of Wins fighting with Sert as well as they make their way out of turn number 1. Barnes up to P9 now. He's up a position off the race start, but this is going to be a crucial battle heading further into this race. Here comes Barbans making his way back past Aurak's after he lost the positions in the opening few laps. Barbans back up into P8. That wing damage doesn't seem to be affecting him too much now. He's starting to get back onto the pace, and Shan with a big mistake there. Out of the Ascari chicane. Shan into the barriers. Just about keeps the car going, but the virtual safety car has been deployed. A big moment for the Williams driver who started in a career best third position on the grid. It all comes to blows here, and a mistake made for the Williams driver as he made his way out of the Ascari chicane. His entire front wing is missing. He's very lucky to still have all 4 wheels on his car. Further back as well, Barbans, ICU, Black Fridays, and also Berkey battling here through turn number 1. ICU looking to fight here with Berkey, trying to attack. They say attack is the best defense, although it doesn't seem to be working because Black Fridays through the curve of Grande, trying to swoop his way around the outside in the Ferrari. 1.5 seconds now between this battle and the top 3, so the gap is starting to form in towards turn number 4 we go. ICU still trying to stick it up the inside now through turn number 5. He gets himself back ahead of the Ferrari driver as they make their way in towards the first Lesmo. ICU holding onto that P5, but these drivers have well and truly lost the lead fight. Now 1.9 seconds as they make their way through the Lesmos. Not a great start to the race for them. Mars leading by half a second ahead of Takubi and Smith. Down that straight, that gap back to 2.3 seconds. They're not really gaining or losing much time to the leaders, but without that DRS, they're going to be left very vulnerable, especially down this next straight. They're probably going to lose quite a lot of time, and Rob Kaz has crashed. A big crash on the exit of a big crash on the exit of Ascari, struggling to get the words out. You can see the Aston Martin, it's lost the rear right tyre there for Rob, unfortunately. A DNF for Rob Kaz, not very common. We see DNFs for the Aston Martin driver, but unfortunate end to his race here tonight, coming to a close on lap number 7. Barbans down the inside, swapping between the 2 McLarens. Black Fridays and Berkey's fighting as well. Aurak's now getting in on this, as is Sert, as they make their way out of turn number 2. Down towards turn 3 we go. Aurak's looking to the outside for a moment there, but a little bit too far back. Can't continue the battle with Berkey for the time being. Takubi with a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That is a crucial penalty in the fight for the lead of this race. Mars and Smith effectively a net 10 seconds clear of the Red Bull driver. This could be a great opportunity for one of them to snatch a race win here in the opening round of this season. Rocket also picks up a 10-second penalty for speeding. Bradders now leads here in Monza. The only driver yet to make a pit stop, I believe, at least near the front of the field. He stays out for the time being. I think that might have been a track limits warning for the McLaren driver, but he knows how crucial it's going to be to try and get back into that DRS train. Up at the front, here comes ICU down towards the Parabolica, putting himself ahead of Berkey once again and up into P6. He can start to work together with his teammate once again, and Bradders into the pit lane, picks up a 10-second time penalty for speeding. Unfortunate for the Mercedes driver, not quite working out his way here tonight. They finally have the DRS here at the Temple of Speed. We have a battle on our hands. The two McLaren drivers have fought all race long. ICU and Barbers, as they get the DRS, they both pick up 3-second time penalties. All that hard work gonna come to nothing. They've towed Black Fridays onto the lead train, and now Black Fridays is gonna be the one who gets to fight for that final podium position. The mistake coming exactly at the same time for both of the McLaren drivers. They both had 3 warnings. Mars gaining onto Kubi. He doesn't want to go for the lead just yet, but he's going to have to. He's far too close and in towards turn 1. Mars takes the lead on lap 25 of 27. To Kubi in second. Barman's fighting with Smith. This could be crucial for Mars as well. Smith trying to fight here with his Season 3 championship rival. Smith holds on to P3 for the time being. ICU just about fends off Black Fridays as well. Down towards turn number 4 into the chicane. Mars now with the race lead. And down towards turn 1 we go. Smith under pressure now from the McLarens. Takubi and Mars swapping positions up at the front. Barber's coming through. The challenge for second. Here he comes up the inside of Mars. Now the outside through turn number 2. The Williams and the McLaren battling away. Takubi all the while starting to break away. We've had a crash down at the Ascari chicane. It's Bradders and Wins. I think the two Mercedes have come together. Here we go for the final lap at the Temple of Speed. ICU puts pressure on. I think Smith has some damage on his front ring. That could be absolutely crucial in the race. Mars down towards turn 1. Barbers has gone through into the race lead, but he might sacrifice the DRS here. Down towards turn 1 we go. Here, is there going to be a chance for Smith to try and challenge for the race win? Trying to challenge. Black Friday's coming through. Batting away with the kickstarter as well in towards turn 1. Mars holds on to the lead of the drivers without time penalties. Down through turn 3 we go. Almost 3 wide. Barbans and Takubi battling away as it was in season 5. And there's contact between them. Barbans and Takubi come together. Mars is through into the lead of the race on the final lap of the race. Barbans and Black Friday's now behind. But Mars has lost the DRS he so longed for. But now, with contact between Black Fridays and Smith through turns 4 and 5, it's now Mars who leads. The two cars behind hold time penalties. This could finally be glory for the Williams driver that he has waited so long for. But finally, here at the Temple of Speed, where he took his first front row, he takes his second front row here tonight as well. Through the Parabolica comes the Williams driver. And he can see the checkered flag fly for the first time. It's going to be the race win for Mars. He comes across the line. He kicks season 6 off with a bang. Black Fridays comes home in second. Smith takes third on the road after the time penalties. Barbers and ICU demoted to 4th and 5th. Orax picks up P6. Berkey comes home in P7 after that mistake he had earlier on. Takubi P8 after the 10-second time penalty. Now dropping down to P9 behind Sertdogan. That contact on the final lap between Takubi and Barbers. That is going to be a big talking point.
Race day weather was dry, and starting in the middle of the field led to problems for Barbance as he picked up light wing damage on the opening lap. At the start of lap 7, Barbance overtook Black Fridays to run line astern with his teammate ICU, and they worked well together to close the gap to the leaders over the forthcoming laps. As the drivers pitted for hard tyres, Takubi picked up a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. On lap 23, ICU and Barbance reconnected with the lead train of 3 drivers, but both were simultaneously handed 3-second penalties for exceeding track limits in the Ascari chicane. Mars, Smith and Black Fridays were the only lead drivers without penalties going into the final lap, and contact between Takubi and Barbance dropped the Red Bull driver down the order. Mars crossed the line first to take a well-deserved first win in SDRL, leading Black Fridays by almost 2 seconds, with Smith rounding out the podium a further 1.5 seconds behind. After the first race of Season 6, Mars leads the Drivers' Championship from Black Fridays and Smith. Season 5 rivals Barbance and Takubi are in 4th and 9th place respectively. The Constructors, Mars's win puts Williams at the head of the field, but strong finishes from both McLaren drivers sees them 3 points behind in 2nd place, with Ferrari a further 5 points back in 3rd.